People, let me tell you a story of an unbelievable show called Teen Titans. It had unbelievable animation, wonderful drama, exquisite comedy. It was a masterpiece. But then, that was all destroyed when they came across this abomination that they seemed to tell us was called Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans Go was this attempt at comedy, this usage of fart jokes and pee-pee humor that they dare say was Teen Titans. It was not. It was not. For what they did, fellow viewer. They went back in time and took all our beloved Teen Titan episodes and they destroyed them. Yes. So now we can't destroy this evil Teen Titans Go because that's all we have of Teen Titans anymore. Because they destroyed the original Teen Titans episodes. This is what they did. We can't watch them anymore. We can't. Teen Titans is dead. So now you understand the hatred that us Teen Titans Go haters have for Teen Titans Go. Fuck them! Fuck them all. Now you understand. Some say we're getting too excited, too angry at something that is clearly meant for babies. No! I say no. Teen Titans Go is worse than Satan. Teen Titans Go broke into my house, shot my dog, and I tried to get revenge on them a la John Wick style. But no. They say a la, maybe I meant via. I don't care, that's what Teen Titans Go does, it makes you stupider. I don't have my beloved show anymore, my beloved dog anymore. All is taken away from me because of Teen Titans Go. I hope you understand now. I hope you understand the hate. Okay. So, I'm not a big fan of Teen Titans Go. It's just not my thing. The only reason I know what it is because whenever I go to a con, there's really nothing on in the morning anymore, and, like, I'll sort of turn on the TV when getting ready, brushing my teeth, getting my clothes on and stuff, and, like, Teen Titans Go is the only thing on, so I'm like, okay, I'll have that on as background noise, and it's, like, it's not very funny, it doesn't make me laugh, but it's just harmless, dumb entertainment, so I'm like, okay, and I seen the original Teen Titans, I like it, I never got super into it, sort of the style of that anime comedy style. The head's getting really big and the mouth's going like this and the big sweat bead. That's just not my thing. But I know it's a legit style and that it takes a lot of effort and there should be a lot of respect given to it. And there is, that show was a huge hit, still has a huge, huge following. And the drama is very good and the animation is very good and the characters are wonderful. I get all of that. It just didn't grab me like, say, Avatar or Batman the Animated Series or whatever. But I know it's good and I know it enough to know the general characters. So when Teen Titan Go came out, I'm like, okay, well, it's very obvious what this is. That this is, something for little kids. This is nothing but that comedy where their heads got really big and their mouths are really big. It's just the dumb throwaway jokes. And it's like, okay, whatever. We still got the original Teen Titans show. But people just exploded with the hatred on this. And it's just clearly not Teen Titans. And I can understand not liking it. Like I said, I don't get that much into it. But, like, the diehard hate that people have for this is very strange. But I guess on the other hand, like, you could argue that, like, they could be doing more of, like, the Teen Titans show, and instead they're doing this, so people are angry at that. I mean, I get that argument. But to me, it's kind of like being angry at Muppet Babies. It's kind of like watching, be like, this isn't the Muppets! Like, well, yeah, you kind of know that going in. It's called Teen Titans Go. It's like calling a show Batman, wow, and expecting a serious show. It's like, you should know what you're gonna get. With that said, the few episodes I've seen haven't made me laugh, but it's harmless. It's like having SpongeBob on in the background. Like, it's not super funny or anything, but it's like, okay, it's colorful, it's energized, there's a lot of stuff thrown at you very fast, and for me, it's not quite annoying. I'm like, okay, this is just weird enough that I don't change the channel when nothing else is on. Take that for what it's worth. So now we have this movie. We have this Teen Titans Go movie, and if you like the show, you're gonna like the movie. If you don't like the show, you'll get a few laughs. Because I got not only some laughs out of this, but a couple scenes where, like, I laughed hard at some of these jokes. Some of these jokes are just ridiculously funny and super clever, and like, you kind of, even one or two of them you gotta really think about for a minute, and you gotta really, it kind of works on different levels. And I love that, but there's not a ton of them. The basic premise of the movie is that Robin wants his own movie, which, again, is kind of funny. Batman gets his own movie, a lot of DC characters get their own movie, so why doesn't he have his own movie? And, of course he is getting his own movie, and I, like many people I'm sure who saw this film, were very disappointed they did not have the trailer for Titans before Teen Titans Go, because I would love to see all the children at the screening I was at, repeat back to their parents, "Fuck Batman." I just think that would go over incredibly. Am I the only one that thinks this is really weird? Of all the DC franchises to, like, yeah, we're gonna drop the F-bomb in this one. We're gonna go, like, the darkest and grittiest out of all of them. Teen Titans. That's the one you do it with, yo. I'm sorry, that preview really made me laugh. And why is Raven like, I don't know what to do, I'm just so lost, can you help me? Like, Raven was the badass, wasn't she? Wasn't she the one that, like, the only reason Robin was the leader was because he had some emotional connection to humanity? She was just pure kill him now, ask questions never, like, no emotion, no nothing, just, like, wipe him out, like, okay, I'm getting really sidetracked, but that trailer was really fucked up. So anyway, we have the exact opposite of that, Teen Titans Go, where Robin wants his own movie, is trying to go to these stupid lengths to get his own movie. He's trying to create this arch nemesis, and the team is supporting him in doing this. And they do really crazy things, like try to make it so that there's no other superheroes, so they go back in time and change the origins of these superheroes, like telling Batman's parents not to go down Crime Alley. They're like, it's called Crime Alley! Why don't you go down the Happy Rainbows Alley? And they're like, oh, okay, we'll go down there. So scenes like that are very funny, but at the same time, they're trying to defeat this villain, and he kind of very obviously has this secret plan going on, but this is not a story-based movie. This is a film that you watch mainly for dumb jokes. I'd really argue like 70% of them are throwaway jokes, like, just a joke on The Simpsons they would use. It's like, okay, well, I don't know what else to put there. Let's just put that in. That might work. It's mostly those types of jokes, but it's also very bright, very colorful. They throw them a lot at you. They don't really take long pauses to be like, yeah, let that joke sink in. It's really funny, right? Like, it's not obnoxious like that. There are a few annoying moments. There's one really annoying one where in the same segment I was talking about, where they go back in time to try and stop the origins of these superheroes happening. The Superman one, like, they play this song and just everything about it is very annoying. It's just the camera's going like this, they're rocking like this, and like everything's kind of shaking, the music's really obnoxious. So there's one or two moments like that. But for the most part, like, the speed and the energy and the colors especially, colors in this are wonderful. Color-wise, it's a nice movie to see on the big screen. I wouldn't say it's too much else visually, like it's not unappealing to look at, but it's not something where it's like, rush out there and see it. It's pretty much like a Teen Titans Go episode with a bigger budget. And yeah, like I said, there's about, I say about 30% of this movie that really legitimately made me laugh hard. And they're sort of spread out. A lot of them have to do with like movie stuff. Anytime they're on like a movie set or they're going to a movie premiere or something like that, like sort of the jokes on the DC universe, the DC films, filmmaking in general and stuff, like the in-jokes are all very, very funny. But I realized watching this kind of what the problem is with Teen Titans Go and why it doesn't quite work, and why I'd argue this film, it doesn't quite work. It's fine for little kids and even older kids. I can see kids loving this because it's nothing but jokes. But the reason it didn't connect with me is that these are not character-based jokes. These are jokes based on kind of an awareness of the environment and geek culture and sort of surprise humor and kind of awkward humor and weird surreal humor, and that's fine. But the Teen Titans were very character based, and I think that's why the original show got such a following, because they could do the drama very well and they could do the comedy very well, and they worked because they were very well-defined characters and they were made for that setting, for this, kind of comic book, dramatic but also funny, goofy setup. Kind of like Avatar, kind of, where they can do really, really heavy drama, but they can also do very, very goofy comedy. Again, hence I think that very big head anime style. But Teen Titans Go is trying to take those same characters and only do the comedy. And the comedy in the show and in this movie is very much Ren and Stimpy comedy. And even Ren and Stimpy, granted they do have distinct characters, but it's very surreal. It's very goofy. It's meant to be like, isn't it funny how weird we're doing this? The presentation is where a lot of the comedy comes from. But even Ren and Stimpy are dumb characters. You have one who's a jerk but is dumb, and then one who's really naive and idiotic, and super dumb. That's sort of what they work off of as this very surreal world. These characters originally were not that, and they're not really that here. They kind of, go back and forth between, like, a Starfire. Well, her only characteristic seems to be putting the in every other word, and being happy. And, Raven seems to be just looking a little miserable, but still being as goofy and silly. Like, there's one scene where it's like they're all looking dumb and she has like a drool drop coming down and stuff. And it's like, but that's not the character, that's not what was set up. That's not from the original show, and that's not even really this show. And then the others are pretty much just catchphrases. So it's one of those things where it's like any humor around the characters really doesn't work. It's not awful, it doesn't hit, but there's still 30% of jokes that I think are really super funny. Robin is watching and he's waiting for his trailer to come up. A movie about him, because there's a Batman trailer and the movie is just called Batman Again. That's great. And then, it shows a big R and it's like, you won't believe the next Batman sidekick who's getting his own movie, and the R backs out and it's the middle letter of Alfred. Alfred's getting his own movie. And then it keeps going from there, and then the car is getting his own movie. Stuff like that is really funny. And even the origin story bit, when they find out getting rid of all the superheroes doesn't work, they go back in time to put all the origins back, and when they come across Batman's parents, they not only set them going towards Crime Alley, but they give the mother a pearl necklace. That's dark. That's ridiculously dark. And shit like that is really funny, and there's several moments where I laugh super hard at jokes like that, but there's not many. And again, I think the major fault is that they're not really character-based. It's just sort of what surreal, weird stuff can we do, and kind of what in-jokes can we work in. And a good chunk of the end jokes work. There's a Stan Lee cameo in this, and when he realizes it's DC, he's like, oh, I gotta get out of here, and he runs away, but then he comes back saying, I don't care, I just love making cameos. See, it's little things like that are legit really funny, but nothing around the characters are very funny, so I feel like where other... something like the Adam West Batman, I very much kind of compare this to that in many respects, in terms of how you're supposed to look at it and what I think they're going for. The Adam West Batman still had legit characters. Adam West was a definite character, and, the Joker and Riddler, they all had these very distinct identities to them, even though they were in this ridiculous world. And I don't get that from Teen Titans Go. I get surreal, goofy... in jokes. And there's a lot of people that like that. I can't act like I don't understand why. It's like I said, there's sometimes I laugh really hard at this. But I also don't hate it like the Teen Titan Go haters really, really hate it. It's easy to make jokes about it. It's easy to kind of poke fun at it and be like, hey, you're not Teen Titans. Like, I've done that before. But I never quite got on like the hate train for it, but maybe that's because I never quite got onto the love train of the original either. But it is good, and I acknowledge that the original should be looked at, and it has great character arcs and stories and great drama and some good comedy. Like I say, it just never quite grabbed me, but I acknowledge it's a super good show. Teen Titans Go is a fun little waste of time, and if you watch it for a few minutes and it doesn't grab you, that's all it's gonna be. So if you're not sucked in by it, I get it. If you love it, if you love these kind of jokes, I get that too. So that's pretty much how the movie works. If you enjoy the show, you'll like the movie. If you hate it with a passion, this isn't gonna sway you, but I'm willing to bet you'll get a couple laughs. There is one after credits sequence, it's in the middle of the credits, but that's kind of indicating that the original Teen Titans are gonna come back somehow. I'm just betting right now it's gonna be a crossover with Teen Titans Go. And that's probably gonna piss off people even more, but it was kind of neat, like for a couple seconds, seeing like the original Teen Titans on the big screen, because I guess I kind of see where people are coming from. Like, we never did get a Teen Titans movie. It's like, that would have been really cool to get. It would have been really neat to see a Teen Titans movie. But we got Teen Titans Go, the little kid version. It's like never getting a Muppet movie, but getting Muppet Babies movies. And it's just like, well, okay, but you got the Muppets. They would obviously make better movies. But it is still what it is. It's clearly for little kids. It's and not even little kid. I shouldn't say that. Like, it's not necessarily for babies. I mean, if I was like 12 years old, I'd probably like it. I probably like the humor. If I got older, I don't know how well it would hold up. But I feel like this is a movie where years from now, like, people are gonna look back and remember it when they were a kid and kind of quote a lot of things from it, or sort of the dumb little songs that they do and stuff like that. So this is a totally fine kids movie. And for adults, there's a couple jokes that really work and are really clever. Some might even piss off a few parents. Literally, the last joke is Robin turning to the camera and saying, "Kids, ask your parents where babies come from." Like, that's the last joke. And I'm just like, man, you're gonna piss off a lot of folks watching this. But it's fine for what it is. Like, if you like Teen Titans Go, I don't get into it, but I had a laugh every once in a while. So I mainly saw it because the show just gets such a backlash. And so I'm like, okay, well, I might as well see the movie, the big, fruits of their labor, see if it's actually any good. Well, then it has like a really good score on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like at 88 or 89% right now, which is really good. I honestly thought more people would dislike it. But it's harmless. It's a harmless movie. Apart from having to explain to your kids where babies come from. But Yeah, so there it is. Like I said, I don't think it's going to sway anyone that hates Teen Titans over people that like it. I think will like the movie. I think they'll like that it has a little bit of a higher budget, and the animation style is pretty similar, but they've upped it a bit. The backgrounds look a little nicer, and there's a little bit more motion in the animation. They're not quite so still all the time. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't see it again. I probably didn't need to see it, but I wasn't going nuts watching it either. Like I said, there was a legit laugh every once in a while, and yeah, I guess that's about it. So it's exactly like watching a long episode of the show. If you like the show, you like this. If you don't, you're probably not gonna like this either. So that's about it. And don't let Teen Titans kill your dog. God, I miss you. Teen Titans go!